begin coverage with national news. Israeli Ambassador Yashel asked the Americans to stop the talks between Israel and Lebanon in Rome 3 hours early because the ambassador was frustrated over reported inaccurate leaks from the Lebanese delegation. Talks between Israel and Lebanon ended early on Wednesday due to events on the ground, but will reconvene Thursday morning. According to a State Department official, discussions focused on a range of political and military issues and were extremely productive, the official said. The technical teams made progress on determining key details on implementation of torrential framework. Earlier this week, President Donald Trump sharply criticized oil companies Exxon and Chevron over blockbuster profits they earned in part as a result of high oil prices due to the Iran war. President Trump urged Exxon and Chevron to slash retail fuel prices, accusing them of hiking wartime prices too high. The Iran war, which began with the February 28th attacks on Iran by the U.S. and Israel, triggered a historic oil shortage that sent petroleum prices soaring and hammered motorists at the pump. Those sky-high prices also helped some oil companies record substantial profits. Chevron posted $12 billion in profits over 3 months ending in June, which marked a staggering rise of nearly 400% from the same period a year earlier, the company reported last month. Exxon, meanwhile, reported quarterly profits of $14.5 billion, more than doubling its performance from the same 3 months a year earlier, a July earnings report showed. Republican governor candidate Byron Donalds is calling for 3 statewide debates with Democrat David Jolly ahead of Florida's general election campaign. Donalds announced this debate challenge Monday, saying the event should focus on issues affecting Floridians, including affordability, property insurance, education, public safety, immigration, economic growth, and the role of government. According to the Donalds campaign, television, radio, and streaming outlets across Florida have been formally invited to submit proposals to host the debates. The proposed debates would take place during the general election campaign for Florida governor. Covering stories county-wide, the hurricane washed out more than 100 feet of roadway, instigating an extensive planning and coordination process across multiple agencies. Britt Road is designated as a federal aid highway, which means it qualifies for financial assistance from the federal government for repairs and maintenance through the Federal Aid Highway Program. After overcoming what felt like the immeasurable odds, I'm incredibly relieved to see that crews have officially begun work on Britt Road, says Leslie Campione, chairman of the Lake County Board of County Commissioners. The county expects the restoration of the thoroughfare to be done in October 2026. Earlier this week, the city of Leesburg held a ground opening celebration for a brand new gas department coming in the coming years. Here's a closer look.
Leesburg has a history of being a utility that runs a little city. And I think that experience from our elected officials down throughout our organization makes us a little bit different because we look at general services and municipal services from more of a business perspective. And so we've just been really successful in leveraging our enterprise funds and providing quality services, whether it's water, sewer, electric, or gas, with good service, with good response times, with reasonable rates, and then being able to use some of the surpluses to help our general fund, which then provides necessary public safety issues and recreational things, all the while keeping your taxes down.
The gas department is expanding, obviously, with the deal with the villages and some existing other developments, but we're paying cash for this. I think that's really important to note. The gas department is over currently on 6th Street. They've outgrown that years ago, and this is kind of a, like the city manager said, years in the making. So I'm really excited to be a part of this, see it come to fruition, and I think it's important that we recognize that we're paying cash for this, as the city manager said, and not going into debt for this building. And it's also cool that we're kind of using an existing building and an existing space that the city commission bought and saw the vision for this piece of property years and years ago.
So this facility will benefit the residents, and it's going to benefit our department. This will support our long-term growth. Our department is growing just like the city of Leesburg is, so Our current facility, we're out of room, so this new facility will help us grow our department with a growing city. And this new department will be centrally located to our warehouse behind us. So we're centrally located to our material and tools and fuel. So it'll cut down on some downtime coming to the warehouse for them type of things. This this will definitely help us serve our community and our customers more efficiently and effectively, for sure.
This is just another example how for the past decade the city of Leesburg has done amazing things with different capital improvement projects that are needed. And they're multifaceted. You know, they have different purposes here at the gas facility. Gas needed expansion. The clerk's office needed storage. The electric department needed additional space for equipment. And so we kind of figured out a way to marry it all in one location here in Carver Heights. And then that helps with reinvestment in our communities. I think why has Leesburg been so successful? Because I think our elected officials have really been aggressive and signing on to projects that do so many things at once. And, you know, probably from the outside that makes it difficult because there's a lot of moving parts. But, you know, at the end of the day, we really weave it together well and seamlessly. So then people think, well, what are they doing? Because I think we integrate it really well. So, and I think that's all because from the staff levels, we're doing our jobs, and from the elected officials are letting us think outside the box.
Missing teen Payton Halloway was found on Saturday. Deputies traced a call a juvenile made to a neighbor's phone before a witness reported seeing her climb into an SUV. Deputies say they believe Payton Halloway was actively avoiding being found and may have been with her boyfriend. Deputies told news outlets earlier Saturday that Halloway has had some recent health issues, so they believe she may have been endangered. The sheriff's office has not said where or how Payton was found. They have also not said if she was with her boyfriend. Ian Hayes, Lake County Supervisor of Elections, announces early voting for the primary election. Early voting for the Tuesday, August 18, 2026 primary election will be held Thursday, August 6, Saturday, August 15th at 12 convenient locations to serve Lake County voters. Early voting locations will be open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Secure ballot intake stations will be available at each early voting location for those who wish to deposit their completed vote-by-mail ballots. Voters may also return their vote-by-mail ballot via United States Postal Service, allowing 5 to 7 day delivery, or in person to the Supervisor of Election office at 1898 East Burley Boulevard, Tavares. Voters are encouraged to contact the Lake County Supervisor of Elections for election information. Pre-kindergarten students heading to Reams Early Learning Center this year will find a new hands-on learning space to help them explore science, technology, engineering, art, and math, or STEAM. The new Rhyme STEAM Lab will have a ribbon-cutting ceremony at 9 a.m. on Thursday, August 6th, to celebrate its opening. The lab includes rotating developmentally appropriate stations focused on areas such as building and engineering, ramps and motions, light and color, exploration, magnets, early mathematics, art, literacy connections, and interactive technology. The room's flexible setup allows children to build, design, investigate, create, test ideas, and solve problems together. The Lady Lake Library's annual School Supplies for Fines initiative helps support local students while giving library patrons the opportunity to clear overdue fines through the community giving. This year, the library collected 20 backpacks, 15 binders, 5 prepackaged school supplies, 50 folders, 50 notebooks, packs of glue, crayons, markers, paper, disinfectant wipes, and many other classroom essentials for students at the Village Elementary of Lady Lake. In total, the library forgave nearly $750 in overdue fines as part of the program. The annual initiative encourages community support for local schools while reducing barriers for library access by allowing patrons to donate new school supplies in place of paying eligible overdue fines. Coming up, summer may be winding down, but the fun isn't over. We'll take you to the Leesburg Public Library's end of summer celebration as families wrapped up the season with games, crafts, and plenty of smile. Stay with us. The Leesburg Public Library wrapped up its Youth Summer Library program with a fun-filled end-of-summer celebration. LakeFront TV's Robert Voiles has the story.
Summertime is often spent traveling to different places with family and friends. Some of the best places to visit exist in our imagination, and all we have to do to get there is visit our public library here in Leesburg, Florida. Playing and imagining with friends and family are the best ways to spend the summer.
We pulled the many secrets.
Today we've got our end of summer party. We're celebrating all of the readers who came to the library performances and programs and shows all during the months of June and July. Our students, our families came and checked out a ton of books. They registered for prizes, they filled out their reading logs, and they stayed active and engaged and curious all summer.
It gives the kids some activities to do, indoor, outdoor. It just gives a free outlet. You don't have to be outside at a hot park. Yes, and they love it, and they love to interact with other kids. It makes my kids feel included, and I have 2 kids with autism, 1 with ADHD, so I like to have them in organized things that I can put on their schedule that they can look forward to. Schedule is very important for them, so it means a lot.
We're so happy that so many people participated this year, and this party really is a lot of fun. It's another example of how kids and families can come to the library, make friends, meet their friends, and again, engage their imaginations, engage their curiosity, and just be in an open, welcoming learning environment all year long. Well, we're really happy that kids chose to spend some of their summertime here at the library, and we want to see you back all year round. When it's time to go back to school, remember that we're always here. We've got crafts, we've got books on every subject that you might want to read about, and we're always here to help you find what you want to learn about.
Even when the sky's gray, every door just falls my way.
Thank you for joining us from all of us here at the Leesburg Public Library. It's been a great summer, and we'll hope to see you next year.
Coming up, one local business is bringing creativity, custom apparel, and unique gifts to Lake Square Mall. We'll take you inside Entertainment Inc. next. In this week's business profile, we visit Entertainment Inc. at Lake Square Mall, where creativity, custom design come together.
So it all started back when I was a child, collecting toys, and as you know, up to 10 years old or so, and then you get into your early teenage years, and you start experimenting with firecrackers and starting getting more interested into girls and manly things and all that stuff. So you blow up all your toys, and then you start finding out how much your toys can be worth, and then you start buying them back. So you start collecting again, but in a whole different aspect. So this is kind of just a mix of things that I've gathered through the years. As a tattoo artist, most of your busiest hours are on the weekends. So how do you one, make money as a tattoo artist, but two, still be able to nerd out going to these events and finding the things that you want to collect. Start tattooing at the Comic-Cons, at the shows. So we've been doing it. This year will be the 20th year anniversary coming up. So Entertainment Inc. is my new gallery. We opened up at the end of last year. We're here at Lake Square Mall. It's basically a conglomeration of everything that I do on the road. So I direct 23 shows a year, sometimes worldwide. Since COVID, it's kind of been more so just in the States. What that is collectibles, autographs. I run a tattoo program called the Ink Fusion Tattoo Empire. We are officially licensed by Lucasfilm, so we get to nerd out with Star Wars tattoos. We're licensed with Star Trek with Paramount. We are licensed with Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, the Halloween franchise, and our newest acquisition is the tattoo licensing with WWE Wrestling. So what I've got here is my Robert Englund exclusive figure. So it's the Legends of Entertainment Inc., branded after Entertainment Inc., obviously. But what we do is we make 200 pieces of each head sculpt of Robert. This is completely licensed with him. I'm the only one that has made this product with him directly. So 200 pieces worldwide. The head sculpts are done by a local favorite, Scott Fenster. He was on the TV show Face Off. So he does all of my head sculpts hand done, hand painted. I don't know how he gets the detail in the facial expressions that he does, but he pulls it off and his eyes are a lot better than mine. And everything's customly set up down to the wardrobe being designed by Robert. He picks down from the color of his boots all the way up to what jackets he would normally wear. So the difference being it's not a Robert Englund, it's not a Freddy Krueger figure, it's a Robert Englund figure. So Robert and I will sell these directly at events. And then once the 200 pieces are sold out, we are done. We move on to the next head sculpt. So when people come in and they see things that they had when they were children, or some of them still collect to the day, it's like a time vault. So I've got everything from Little Rascals to items that came out a week ago. So they're very excited to see it. They're excited to see it in Leesburg, and they're excited to see what else we're doing. Leesburg is within the top 10 fastest growing counties of the country, I believe, still. So with the villages expanding, I think they just got approved for 3,500 new homes to be built. With the mall, the kids are starting to come back. We're starting to get some of that retro. We looked 2 years ago and leg warmers and fanny packs started coming back. Well, the next thing to come back should be malls. And there's not a whole lot of freestanding malls still left. And it's Lake County's only indoor mall, I think, at this point. The biggest thing with here is just letting people know that, aside of the fact that the studio is overwhelmingly busy with collectibles, we do have, I do tattoos by appointment here. It's by appointment only. If there's any needs for any nerdy pop culture tattoos, then reach out to me and we'll get it set up.
That's our show for this week. Have a story idea or a community event you'd like us to cover? Email us at lakefronttv@leesburgflorida.gov. And don't forget to like and follow Lakefront TV on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for the latest news and stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.